what I admire the most about CheNeal, she actually has a real huge heart. Her heart is actually bigger than her. Just with her family alone, you know, she's always the first person they run to whenever they need something. So she's basically willing to make everybody else happy before she's happy herself.
I admire Roland because anything that he does wholeheartedly. If it's something as simple as working out, he's gonna give it his all. And I admire that because in marriage, I know it can get hard at times, and if he's giving it his all and I'm giving my all, we can work through whatever. Also, he's a very talented guy. If you give him a computer and some time, he'll figure it out. And I love that about him.
I knew CheNeal was the one when her brothers actually threatened me. But nah, seriously, it was with a conversation I had with my dad. We were just discussing going how she had herself together and how everything was in line. And I was heading in the right direction myself, so we need to get it together and actually become a team and, as she liked to say, create an empire.
I knew Roland was the one because of who he was to me. I finally met a guy that loved me for who I was. It didn't try to change me, but make me a better person. And just the love that he shows to me is amazing, and I knew I couldn't live without it. Roland and I met when I was in my senior year at Prairie View, and he was a sophomore. I guess it was the beginning of the spring semester, and at the time I just moved into a new apartment, and you know, when you're a college student, you're broke or whatnot. So all I had was what my brother gave me to drink, and that was Disaronno. So at my house one day before class, I had me a glass of Disaronno because I didn't have anything else. So I don't know what happened, but I ended up going into the wrong classroom. I got my days mixed up. And I walked into the class and the professor told me I was in the wrong class. And I was like, no, I'm not. I mean, arguing with the professor for a second or so. And then as I was walking out the class, after I realized it was the wrong one, he was like, no, CheNeal, no, don't go, don't go. And so it ended up that we had a class together that semester, and we were lab partners. I was always checking his work, making sure he was doing it correctly, you know, like I do. And he didn't talk to me the whole class. He actually had a girl in the class that he liked. Wow. But at the end of the semester, he sent me a message on Facebook that asked why I didn't make it to class one day, and told me that he didn't have anything pretty to look at when I wasn't there. And it was just, from there we started conversating, and it was history from there. Couldn't stay away from him. So
the real story is she actually she did walk into the wrong classroom. In our major, it's not too many girls. So in that classroom, it's just a classroom full of guys. And the other guys were screaming out, please don't go. I remember I did say, who was that? Because I thought she was like a new freshman, because she was small. I'd never seen her before, so I thought she was a freshman. I'd never seen her. So I was like, who was that? That's all I said. Everybody else was saying, no, don't go. But yeah, that's what happened there. We were lab partners. I was the one doing all the work. She was just there talking. So I remember one time the professor actually came to check my work because she was just there talking, and he was like, "This is wrong. Who checked it?" And that's when CheNeal stepped in and said, "Oh, I checked it." And yeah, so that's how that happened there. Also, another quick little story is on Valentine's Day. It was me and there was another girl. We didn't date or anything. She was just a friend. She asked me what was I doing on Valentine's Day, and I said nothing. So she asked me why didn't I have a girlfriend, and at the time track was like my girlfriend. So I told her I just didn't have time for one, and that's when CheNeal got in the conversation saying she had a friend that did both. I guess that was her way of trying to flirt with me. Yeah, so she was like, I have a friend that she's on the track team and she does both. So yeah, that was her way of trying to flirt with me. Then, you know, skip a couple of months later, I was actually on the way back from a track meet when I sent her that message about I have nothing to look at in class. And I still have the proof to this day that as soon as I said that, she sent me a message back with her phone number. So that just shows you how good my game is. So I'm just saying.
Well, if you decide to believe that I will fall for his whack lines, please don't. But all that really matters in the end is that we're together now and we're in it for the long haul.
And we look forward to seeing everybody at the wedding on September 1st. If you got an invitation in the mail, please RSVP.